the man woke up from unconsciousness, disoriented. He had just been in a car crash. The growling sound he heard in the background was his wife, now a zombie. Panicked, he rushed out of the car, only to suddenly remember his daughter inside. After a painful and desperate struggle, he managed to rescue her, but he was bitten by his wife in the process. Looking at the wound, the man realized he wouldn't survive long and would soon turn into a zombie. But what about his daughter? There was no time to mourn. He quickly grabbed a map, marking possible locations where survivors might be. After calculating the distance and time, he threw his daughter onto his back and set off. Along the way, he occasionally heard zombie growls nearby, but he pressed on. He came across some animal carcasses and put them in a bag. As he passed a house, his daughter began to cry. He ran to the yard, blew up a balloon, and cheered her up. Soon after, he felt the virus begin to take hold. His legs grew weak, and he collapsed on the ground. But he refused to give in. He could die. But his daughter, what would happen to her? With what little strength remained, he got back on his feet and forced his body forward. His steps became staggered, and as he turned around, we could see that he had already turned into a zombie. In an effort to protect his daughter, he tied the animal carcasses to himself, hoping the scent would keep him walking forward. He walked like a mule, moving toward the front, keeping his hands bound to prevent himself from harming his daughter. With the corpses leading the way, he eventually reached an open field. The sound of a gunshot rang out, and the man collapsed. 3 survivors approached. After confirming that the man was indeed dead, 2 of them turned and walked away. But the remaining woman noticed the carcasses tied to the man's stick and his bound hands. After examining him, she looked confused. Her companions urged her to hurry, but just as she was about to leave, a baby's cry echoed from behind. The woman quickly turned around, pushed aside the man's clothes, and found a baby lying on the ground. The child's belly had "My daughter Rosie" written on it. In the end, the child was saved under her father's protection. To honor the great father, the survivors buried his body as a mark of respect.